Hi guys, my name is Casey and I'm going to be talking about my math identity and how my experiences growing up have really shaped that identity. So I've honestly never been someone who was naturally good at math ever. I always failed math growing up and it was just extremely hard for me. I just always felt like I didn't have the ability to understand math. I was in the special math classes and everything. It was just very hard for me and still is as an adult. But growing up, math was extremely difficult for me. It was the one subject that always made me anxious and frustrated. And I'm already someone who is diagnosed with severe anxiety, and I'm on 3 medications for that. So it was like literally times 10 when it came to math. I remember sitting in class crying at times because I just couldn't understand what was being taught. And no matter how many times it was explained to me, I still didn't understand it. And it was hard watching my classmates understand things right away while I was still trying to figure out what the teacher was even talking about. I struggled with basic math concepts for a long time. In fact, I couldn't even read a clock until after 6th grade. I believe it was like 7th, maybe 8th grade. That's really embarrassing, but I couldn't read a clock until after that time because I just couldn't understand the concept of it. It was really hard for me. It made me feel behind. But don't worry, I can now. I rarely had positive experiences with math as a kid because I was usually failing tests or feeling lost during lessons. But something that really stood out to me was that my teachers never gave up on me. They were patient, understanding, and always willing to work one-to-one with me until I started to understand a concept, which it did take a lot. They didn't make me feel dumb. They made me feel like it was okay to take my time. Looking back, I really appreciate that more than I can explain because it helped me keep trying instead of completely giving up. Okay, so after looking at the math identity quadrant chart, I think I fall somewhere between quadrant 2 and 3. That means sometimes I see myself as someone who isn't good at math, but still tries to make sense of it and learn from my mistakes. It really helps for me to see like a problem that is done correctly for me to be able to do it. I definitely identify with the negative identity side because there are still moments when math makes me feel frustrated or insecure for sure. And I tell myself often that I'm just not a math person and I'm never going to be good at math. But at the same time, I also connect with the higher agency side, and I do try to figure things out even when it's hard. I am starting to see my mistakes as part of learning and opportunities for growth instead of proof that I'm bad at something. As an adult and future teacher, my relationship with math has started to change. I still find it challenging, but I don't let that discourage me the way that it used to. I approach math with more patience and curiosity now. So overall, math has been one of my biggest challenges, but also one of my biggest teachers. It's taught me patience, persistence, and empathy. I might not always feel like a real mathematician, but I've learned that being a mathematician isn't about being perfect. It's about being curious, determined, and open to learning.